So to search for a target codebase, we decided to use MonoMine, and we're using their advanced search tool option feature that they have. Our topic is business, and our language is Java. And from the repositories that popped up here, we just decided to randomly pick one, making sure that it is in Java, and this is the repository that we will be using.
Okay, I'll be going over the process of how to use GMH in the project that we chose, which was the business code base. As we can see right here, I have it imported, and this is some of the modules that it has inside of it. Um, so I'll be briefly going over what the process that I did. First was importing the file in our case. So you just click on the file, import, and then from here you look for the directory that says Maven, and then you import the existing Maven project. And then from here you click on it, and then you go to browse. And in my case, I have it on downloads, so I just go ahead and click on here, and then I select it. And then after selecting it, you should be able to finish it. Right now, because I already imported the project, then it's gonna cause an issue if I import it again. But it's gonna take you some time importing the code base based on how large it is. From there, after importing, you're gonna have a file that's called PO. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, POM XML. So from here, usually some of the projects already have a POM file. So I decided to use the Blackboard file that was given to us in our assignment submission post. I just copied the dependencies and put it on this XML file over here, as you can see on the top. So it has the dependencies that we are going to use for testing purposes. And then from here, I decided to use the shopping cart Java file just because it has mostly the logic. The others are mostly classes are do not have any functions or methods that actually do some implementation. So I did a benchmark in the get order total and then also in the get cart item. So after putting my benchmarks with the tag over here, I just went ahead and created this file that's called benchmark runner, and and as it might be implied, it's just a file that allows you to run all the bear, oh sorry, the benchmark tags that we were looking for in our case or tagging. So after setting up that file, you just go ahead and run it. I'm gonna run it again. I already did. You run it as a Java application, and then oh, I don't know why it's not working anymore. Um, oh, yeah, as we can see over here, another instance is running already. Well, after running it, you can see over here how it works. So it creates like different forks and warm-up iterations, and then from there it gives you the number of operations per second, and also a lot of insight in here. Also, I'll be talking about other tools that are I found while doing my research on this tool, and those are JMeter load testing in our case, which is also used for Java. So it basically is a tool for load testing, and it's also open source, so it's pretty open to use. It determines different things, but mostly, so what I found for the pros is that JMeter is free and it almost has all the functionalities of the commercial tools. It is also very widely used because it's open source, and it's also easy to learn and easy to use. The cons about it is that reporting in itself is not really good. So you cannot have like a lot of insight in our case. And there's also like a lot of documentation. It's open source, but it's mostly user documentation rather than official support. So you might be facing issues where you might have to like look into the internet and try to adapt to what other people are doing. And also, another thing is that a lot of commercial tools are providing like cloud-based solutions, which is something that we're missing here in JMeter. Then after JMeter, we also have another one that's Load Runner, and basically Load Runner also performs like the similar things to GMH, and also JMeter. The cool advantages about Load Runner is that it minimizes the cost of application time. It also allows um, mobile application testing, which is something that we don't see in other Java codes. The cons of it is that it's way more expensive than other testing tools in the market. So this is not open source, which is it might prove to be disappointing for other people. And also the debugging features are not very sophisticated, so they might need improvement. And the last thing about Load Runner is that it crashes in a lot of cases when the system is unable to meet the computing requirements for that code base.
All right, so I'm just going to talk about some of the things that would be done and that we can use for like different projects and how we can use JMH and why we would use it. Um, so it's pretty much just a library for running benchmarks on HAVM. Um, there's different things that we can do with it. We can configure code to be a benchmark to run different, like what is called warm-up iterations before any like measurements begin in the code. We can configure the number of iterations um, that will be done for the benchmarking. We can configure exactly what we want to measure. So there's different things that we can do like the average time, sample time, and like a single execution time. Um, Another one is that we can configure JMITs to pass JVM runtime arguments during the execution of the benchmarking. Um, and that's pretty much it for that. So